Welcome to Story Time. I'm Andrew Newman from Conscious Stories, and this is The Sunburnt Polar Bear, illustrated by Liesl Bell. This book is dedicated to all who call Earth home. That might be you. Please join me for the snuggle breathing meditation. Breathing in, I breathe for me. Breathing in, I breathe for you. Breathing in, I breathe for us. And breathing in, I breathe for all that surrounds us. Good, I hope that helped you relax and feel more settled, ready for story. Polar bear mums are chit-chatting together. They're awfully worried about the warm weather. As this heat keeps climbing, we're getting too hot to wear all this fur or to wander a lot. We need short summer haircuts and wide frilly hats, cool sodas to drink and sun tanning mats. We need factor 100 sunblock for our tans and extra fast spinning air cooling fans. No dinosaurs melt from the ice when it shrinks. It's muddy and yucky and boggy and stinks. Our white color scheme used to be very slick, but now it stands out and we look like we're sick. Uh-oh. Our favorite foods were fresh fish and fat seals. They left with the ice, leaving only canned meals. Perhaps we should wander down into town looking for garbage to eat or to scrounge. The North Pole's too hot for polar bear fun. We're roasting and toasting under the sun. Please put in a word with your own politicians to make some new laws and reduce bad emissions. The ice is important so we can survive. Please turn down the dial and help us to thrive. Climate change is no joke. The ice caps won't last. Environmental protection is needed and fast. The end. Now, this is a story that's quite important because we have to learn a little bit about climate change and global warming. And so here's some very simple ways that we can learn about it. Did you know? Let's start with number one. Earth is the home to all living things, both big and small, animals like polar bears, trees, plants, and humans. Two, the Earth's temperature has been perfectly balanced, keeping all living things happy and alive. But now the temperature's rising, making the Earth feel sick, like when you have a fever. It's only a couple of degrees more, but you don't feel very good. Warmer temperatures may seem nice, but they result in melting ice caps and rising sea levels and more extreme weather. Many animals cannot thrive when the temperature changes. Polar bear fur isn't designed for hot, sunny days. It's designed to keep them warm in the cold. The heat is caused when human pollution creates a thick blanket of dirty air around the Earth, and this traps too much heat from the sun. So the dirty air traps the heat from the sun that can't get out of the atmosphere. And a lot of the pollution, we know where pollution comes from, but let's see, it comes from cars, factories, harmful farming practices, also comes from plastic packaging, or even littering in your neighborhood. And we make things worse when we cut down forests to build farms, because trees are like lungs. They help us and they help the earth to breathe. Now, it seems a bit gloomy, but the good news is that there are a host of things that we can do. And here is some top tips to help polar bears thrive. And if the polar bears are thriving, then so can you and your family. Now, one thing that you could do today, you could use less in your house, like when you turn off unused lights, water, and electronics. You save energy and money, and you help the earth remain cooler. Uh, and number two, you could walk or ride your bikes to the park instead of driving. Then you create no smog and you have more fun too. Number three, you could plant a tree to help the earth breathe. Trees are our friends. If you plant one tree every month, you can create your very own community forest in under a year. You could use rechargeable batteries to keep your toys moving without a trip to the store. And traditional batteries can decay and they leak and they can hurt our water supply. Ugh, no, we don't want that. You can reuse your water bottle, your snack bags, and beeswax wraps for your food. It's much better than using packaging that you throw away after using just one time. And you can recycle. And that's paper, aluminium, glass products by sorting them into recycling bins. When you do this, you help to reduce waste that ends up in the dumps. So there's lots of things that you can do to help the polar bears thrive. And I encourage you to choose one for today, and maybe you choose one for this month. And here in this story, we've got something special that you can do, which is you can send a letter to your local politician. And you could just copy this letter if you like. We've written it for you so that you can photocopy it and then fill in your details. And you can tell them, hi, my name is, and my name is Andrew, and I'm lots of years old, and I live in Scotland. And climate change is a big problem. Our Earth is dying because of global warming. Extreme weather is causing dangerous storms, droughts, and fires. If we don't make a change, then many people will lose their homes and get sick. Action is urgently needed. I'm asking you to take responsibility to help. Please change the laws to make climate action a priority across all parts of government. Lower bad emissions by ending support for fossil fuels and encourage use of clean and renewable energy. We are doing our part to help in our family, school, and neighborhood. We are counting on you to start this now, and you get to sign this. And every little step helps, and I'm so grateful that you've joined me for this story time of the Sunburnt Polar Bear, and I hope that it's left you inspired to help keep the world healthy. And you've learned a little bit about climate change, and you now know what you can do to make a difference. I've been Andrew Newman from Conscious Stories, and this has been a reading of The Sunburnt Polar Bear.